Hey everyone, my name is James and I was accepted into the United Aviate Academy flight training program out in Phoenix, Arizona. And today I'm going to talk about the application process, my experience with the application process, as well as some tips and advice for you guys going through the entire process. I first learned about this program just researching different flight schools, and I saw that this is a brand new program. This is their first year running the program. So United Airlines purchased this flight school and they're going to turn it into their own flight school so that they're the only airline in the country that has their own flight school. So first thing you're going to do in the application process, you're going to go to their website and then you're going to start an application. And once you start an application, it's going to ask you pretty general application questions like your name, your age, your address, and it's also going to ask you for your resume as well as your transcripts from any schooling that you might have done. After that, if you qualify based on your application to the next step, you're going to be doing a video interview. And in that video interview, they're going to send you a link, and you're going to do this virtually in front of like your webcam, answering a few different questions. And these questions are pretty basic interview questions. Behavioral questions like what would you do in a situation where you were rushed for time, or what are your strengths and weaknesses. And they're also going to ask you questions like how did you choose this program over other programs, what excites you about United Aviate Academy. Basic questions like that in the video interview. Once you move on from the video interview process, they're going to send you another email to do a knowledge and behavioral assessment. And this next assessment, they will be monitoring you through your webcam, so you're going to need a webcam when you're doing this part of the application as well. The ethical / behavioral part of the assessment is kind of like what would you do in this situation questions, and it's multiple choice. And sometimes there can be more than one answer. You just got to kind of choose which one that you would do in that situation. And there's also like a kind of a mathematical / knowledge portion of it, and it's really like answering different puzzles, looking at patterns and recognizing patterns quickly, and then just like basic math problems, that sort of nature that you would see maybe on the SAT or the ACT or something like that. After you finish up the ethical and behavioral assessment and the knowledge part of that assessment, then you'll submit that and then to be graded, and then you'll see if you move on to the next step of the application process. In this next step, you won't hear probably for, at least I didn't hear, probably in my experience, I didn't hear maybe for about 2 months. So I did this in October and I didn't hear back until December. And in that time frame, it's good to send follow-up emails too to see where your application is. They're really helpful in saying, okay, this amount of days until they'll come up with a decision whether you made it to the next process or not. So always be following up with emails. To move on into the next step of the application after the behavioral and knowledge assessment test, they will send you a conditional acceptance letter. And in that letter, it basically says you will have acceptance to United Aviate Academy if you turn in the needed items that are remaining for your application. And those remaining items are the FAA knowledge exam. You need to take a picture of your test results and send it to them. Your first class medical, as well as your loan information and a drug screening and background check test. Some advice I have for this is you want to get that first class medical knocked out right away. Especially in my area, there's not very many FAA examiners, so they might be busy or it might be hard to schedule an appointment with them. You also want to start the FAA knowledge exam review fairly early because it does take a lot of time to complete. They send you a review course for you to do, and that review course is through Jepson. It's a Jepson review course is the company name, and United Aviate Academy will actually send that to you free of charge. And you go through all those videos and tests, and at the end of that, the Jepson company is going to send you a certificate that allows you to grants you basically that you're ready to take the FAA knowledge exam, and you need that certificate when you go to take the exam at your local flight school or testing center, wherever you decide to take it. Your loan information, they recommend going through Sally Mae, and they'll send out some information in emails as far as how to start that application and how much funds you're going to need for the entire school duration. And then they're going to send you a drug screening form as well, and they actually pick out the drug screening site that's closest to you. The Jepson FAA Knowledge Test Review course, it's pretty cut and dry. They give you videos of information, and then you take quizzes on that information. And at the end of each section, you take a big test of all the little sections that have the quizzes in them. And I think there's about 12 of them. They say the whole course is 30 hours, but it probably took me a few weeks to get through all of it because it is a lot of information at once. You definitely want to be taking notes and definitely writing down as much information as you can and reviewing it the day after you learn a section. And that'll help you retain as much information as possible. Because when you do take the written FAA knowledge exam, you really want to do it only once, and you want to do the best you can do that one time, because it will stay on your record forever, as well as there's a big waiting period if you need to take it again that you don't want to have to go through, especially if you're close to being up on that 4 months period that they give you to complete all these checklist items. Once you get all these conditional acceptance checklist items taken care of and uploaded to your profile, you're going to give them a call, and you're going to tell them that you have everything uploaded, and they're going to double check it one more time. And then they're going to give you the option to select which class date that you want to sign up for. And the class dates are, in my case, I completed all this stuff in the beginning of May, and they gave me the class dates of June or July. So it's a pretty quick turnaround, and you got to get ready fairly quickly. To get a class date, they're going to send you the official letter of acceptance, and then you're going to sign that and then turn it back into them and sign you up for the class. And building up to the class, they're going to send you multiple emails in class preparation. In my next video, I'm going to be doing a video on all those documents that they send you preparing as you prepare to go to your class, as well as information on moving to Phoenix, where you'll do all of your training. Any questions about any of this information in the video that I talked about, or any general or specific questions about the application, leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to answer those questions. I'm also going to be making more videos in the future and kind of documenting my whole journey into aviation, as well as my journey going through the United Aviate Academy.